It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids, brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Quiz Kids. As we begin our second round of play for the season, we're bringing back teams that have played before, and I'd like to introduce them to you now. Over here, we have the Carlmont Scots, who in their last game earned 510 points. And they will be taking on the Menlo School Knights, who last time earned 500 points. Congratulations. For our third round, we'll determine who participates based on who earns the largest total number of points in their first two games. So let's wipe the slate clean, and we'll meet the Carlmont team. We'll start off with Sanjay Srinivas. Sanjay, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. In addition to all the things you do at school, you take part in a community symphony orchestra.
Yes, that's right.
Which orchestra is that?
It's the California Youth Symphony.
Okay, and what do you play? I
play the viola.
The viola. Mm-hmm. Some people say it's the most beautiful instrument in the strings, and yet they get to play the least.
I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it. Good. I look forward to hearing you play. Christopher May, you take part in robotics, and you're taking part in a special robotics competition with several other schools as part of your team. What is that?
Yes, it's called FRC. So basically, we build up robots that can get up to like 150 pounds, like with batteries and fully loaded. Yeah, and it's Carlmont, Sequoia, and Woodside. And
what do you have to get your robot to do this time?
Pick up inner tubes and then put them on like 10-foot-high poles. And then also we're supposed to have a mini robot that can climb up a separate pole.
Wow, just don't teach them to host game shows. Laura Van Arsdale, last time we talked to you, you were playing an evil Irish widow in your school play, and your capacity for evil knows no bounds. What's the next show?
The next show I'm going to be in is Cinderella. I am playing the stepsister Grace.
Another nasty character. Don't get typecast, but break a leg in that show. I'm sure Cinderella would like you both to break your legs. Okay, so you're ready to earn 100 easy points? I have a series of categories here. You pick a category. I'll ask you 7 questions. Give me the right answer. You score 10 points. Give me 7 correct answers. I'll give you a 30-point bonus. The categories today are All-American, 4-letter words, and gateways. Which category would you like?
All-American.
All-American. Name these things with America or American in their name, and you need to give me the word America or American in your answer, okay? Here's your first one. Don McLean's song or a series of teen films?
American Pie.
That is right. Since 1960, it has had 50 stars.
The American Flag.
Correct. George Stephanopoulos works for this network.
American Broadcast Corporation.
May I accept that? Yes. Starting this year, it won't have Simon Cowell.
American Idol.
Correct. Sutter's Mill was located along this waterway.
The American River.
Right. It started at Lexington and went on to Concord before ending at Yorktown.
The American Revolution.
And your last question. It's the NHL's minor league.
The American Hockey League.
You earned 70 points with a bonus 100 points. Great job. We'll meet their opponents in a minute. Don't go away. And saying hello to the Menlo Knights and Hidehiro Anto. Hidehiro is giving up his participation in the freshman ski trip to be here today. I'm very honored. You love to ski, huh?
Uh-huh.
You just went skiing, though, for the holidays. Where'd you go?
I went to Sugar Bowl in North Star.
Uh-huh, and something very exciting. I asked, what exciting thing happened to you there? What happened for you?
At Sugar Bowl, I went up the wrong ski lift, and then there was like really scary blue and black trails, so I had to ride the ski lift back down again.
Hidehiro gets off the lift and faces the abyss, and he comes right back down like a smart skier. Good for you. Catherine Pavlov. Catherine, you are about to invent something, and it has to do with magnetic levitation, and I will now be quiet and you can explain it and I'll nod.
Yes, so I'm doing an experiment on maglev trains. I'm going to be building a miniature maglev train using a superconductor, and I'm going to be comparing 2 different types of superconductors to see which is the most viable for real-world transportation.
I used to do that all the time. So I'm really feeling nostalgic about that. Good luck, Catherine. Mary Anto. Mary, you want to do a shout out, so go ahead and do that.
I want to give a shout out to Free the Children, which is this nonprofit organization that is created by kids and seeks to help poor countries develop their economies and end child labor.
And your group has adopted a village in India and another in Haiti.
Yes.
And the hope is that you'll make plans to build infrastructure for them, or improve their infrastructure.
Yeah,
for
we
the
want to
kids.
build schools and water wells.
Wonderful, wonderful. Good luck to you with that, okay? Let's earn some points. You guys have to choose between 4-letter words, and I promise you they're all clean, or gateways.
We'll take 4-letter words.
4-letter words. The answers to these questions are all 4-letter words. Here's the first one. This is the name of a president or the name of a car company?
Ford.
That is right. The capital of Norway.
Oslo.
Right. A noble gas.
Neon.
Yeah, neon.
Correct. Cincinnati's baseball team.
The Cubs. I know. Yeah, Cubs.
Cubs.
The Reds. Groucho, Harpo, or Carl?
Marx.
Marx's. Concert version of a sousaphone.
You guys know.
No.
It is a tuba. Finally, the opposite divided by the hypotenuse.
Sign.
Yeah, sign.
The sign is correct. That scores 50 points. Congratulations. We'll be right back for the three-for-all. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. While our quiz kids grab their buzzers, let's give a big hand to the judges. First, for the Carlmont team, say hello to Patricia Braunstein. And please give a hand to the Menlo Knights coach, Mr. Richard Steinberg. All right, quiz kids, it's time to play the three-for-all. I have a series of toss-up questions. I'll ask a question. The first person to buzz in gets to answer for his or her team. If you give me the correct answer, then you can collaborate on a second or a third question, doubling your score each time. If you give me the wrong answer, the other team will get the chance to play the three-for-all. If nobody gives you the right answer, we will just toss it off and get a new toss-up question, okay? 100 to 50 points. Here is the first toss-up. The Aleutian Islands lie at the southern boundary of what body of water between... Heidi Hero. I'm sorry. I'm going to go on to you. What body of water between North America and Asia?
Bering Sea.
Correct. For 20 points, when he discovered the sea that now bears his name, Bering was in the service of what country's navy?
English.
No, I'm sorry, it was Russia. Let's go to the next toss-up. One D-size battery is rated at how many volts? Christopher.
1.5.
Correct. For 20 points, the D battery was first introduced in 1898 to power what devices?
The light bulb.
No, it was the flashlight. Next toss-up. The Borg-Warner Trophy is presented to the winner of what annual American sporting event traditionally held on Memorial Day weekend? I've participated many times. The Indianapolis 500. Which state's flag has a palmetto tree on it? Christopher.
South Carolina.
Right. For 20, which state's flag was designed in 1926 by 13-year-old Benny Benson and features the Big Dipper?
Alaska.
Correct. For 40 points, which state's flag contains the date December 7th, 1797, the day that state became the first to ratify the Constitution?
Delaware.
You got 40 points. Congratulations. The next toss-up is, name the 3 states that border California. I just need one state, right? Just name one state.
Nevada.
Nevada's right. Name another state for 20.
Oregon.
Right. For the third, name the third state for 40.
Arizona.
You got it. 40 points. What do you call 2 words that sound the same but have different spellings? Yes, Catherine.
Homophones.
No, I'm sorry. I can accept that. All right. 10 points for 20. What do you call 2 words that mean the same?
Synonyms. Synonyms.
Yeah, synonyms.
Yes, and for 40 points, what do you call 2 words with opposite meanings?
Antonyms.
Antonyms.
Antonyms is right for 40 points. Of the 26 letters in the English alphabet, which two originally did not appear on a rotary dial telephone? Catherine?
Q and Z.
Correct. For 20 points, what three letters are on the 5 key of a push-button telephone?
JKL.
Correct. For 40 points, because of its relative position in the alphabet, most phones today put the Q on which key?
The 7.
You got 40 points again. Congratulations. Next toss-up. What do we call cucumbers that have been fermented in brine? Catherine?
Pickles.
Right. For 20 points, smaller pickles can be made from what smaller cucumber?
Dill cucumbers.
A gherkin. The Italian Renaissance poet Petrarch and Robert Browning are both well known for what 14-line poems? Catherine?
Sonnets.
Right. For 20, a brother's right to freedom, that is why, ends what sonnet whose title might be the motto of a blue state progressive? Why I am a liberal. In which room of the house would you most likely find a duvet? Sanjay?
Bedroom?
That is right, it's a quilt. Duvets were popularized in the 1980s when which European retailer entered the US market? IKEA. Next, what composer created a symphony that set to music Friedrich von Schiller's poem Ode to Joy? Heidi Hero.
Beethoven?
Right. For 20, Beethoven numbered his symphonies. Ode to Joy is the final movement of which symphony?
9.
The 9th is correct. And for 40 points, in 1972, which multinational body adopted Ode to Joy as its anthem?
EU?
Sure. EU.
The EU is correct for 40 points. That tiny piece of wire inside of a light bulb that glows when you turn on the light, what is it called? Mary?
Filament.
Right. For 20, most light bulb filaments are today made from an alloy of what element?
Tungsten.
Correct. And for 40, the first tungsten filament bulbs made by General Electric had what trade name that today we associate with automobiles? It's Mazda. We'll be right back when we continue the three-for-all. Don't go away. We're back, and here's your next toss-up. America did not send a woman into space until the 1980s. Who was the first American? Catherine?
Sally Ride.
Correct. Sally Ride made her first 2 trips into space aboard what later ill-fated shuttle?
Challenger.
Correct for 20. And for 40, the USSR sent the first woman in space. What was the name of this cosmonaut? It was Valentina Tereshkova, of course. Next toss-up. Who is the tale teller of all those stories in 1001 Nights? Heidi Hero.
Sherazade?
Scheherazade. The 1001 Nights are sometimes known by what language in which the stories were collected?
Arabic.
Arabic, or the Arabian Nights, correct. For 40 points, European translations of the Arabian Nights include several stories that were not part of the original Arabic text. Which one was made into a 1992 Disney movie?
Aladdin.
Aladdin is right for 40 points. Congrats. Next toss-up. The 11th of its 13 parts offered Canada a chance to be part of the United States. Name this governing document finished in Philadelphia on July 3rd, 1778. Yes, Christopher.
The Articles of Confederation.
Correct. For 20, today we think of 3 branches of government, but the Articles of Confederation only provided for one. Which one?
The legislative.
Right. For 40, the Articles did have a provision in which fugitives from one state could be sent back to and tried in the state where the crime was committed. What do we call this process?
Extradition.
Right, for 40 points. In 1869, Uriah Stevens formed what organization considered to be an early proto-union of skilled workers? Sanjay?
The Knights of Labor.
Right, for 20, the Knights of Labor is the forerunner of the modern American Federation of Labor, or AFL. In the 1950s, the AFL merged with what other union known by the letters CIO? Congress of Industrial Organizations. Name the humanitarian society whose first president was Clara Barton. Hidehiro.
The Red Cross.
Yes. A popular but unsubstantiated myth is that the symbol of the Red Cross is taken from the flag of what European nation known for its neutrality?
Switzerland.
Right, and for 40, in addition to the Red Cross and Red Crescent, what third neutral protection symbol was adopted in 2005?
I don't know.
The Red Shield.
The Red Shield.
The Red Diamond. Name the ballpark that's home to the Chicago Cubs. Sanjay.
Wrigley Field.
For 20, not since 1945 has Wrigley Field hosted what fall classic that now can run into November?
World Series.
Right. And for 40 points, many old-timers remember that there was another Wrigley Field in what West Coast city? Los Angeles. Next toss-up. Which river forms the border between Texas and Mexico? Laura.
The San Joaquin.
I'm sorry. You can steal.
Rio Grande.
Right. For 20, the Red River forms the border between Texas and what state to its north?
Oklahoma.
Correct. And for 40, it's not Oklahoma City, but what other Oklahoma city that for many years held the nickname oil capital of the world?
Tulsa.
You got 40 points. What group of elements fill all of their valence shells without forming compound? Yes, Catherine.
Noble gases.
Right. Modern dirigibles are filled with which lightest of the noble gases?
Helium.
Helium is correct. The name helium comes from the fact that it was first discovered by spectral analysis of what heavenly body?
The sun.
That is it for 40 points. What is the astronomical term for a straight line gravitational alignment of 3 or more bodies? Syzygy. Name this common answer. Bacteria do it when they transfer genetic material by direct contact. Language students do it to verbs. What is it? Christopher.
Conjugate.
That is right. For 20, some languages such as English have non-conjugated verb forms. What is the name of the form created by prepending the word to?
Infinitive.
Right. And for 40, what is the name of the form ending in ing?
Gerund.
A gerund. That gives you 40 points. That is the end of the round. Close game, 320 for Carlmont. Menlo has the lead with 370. We'll be right back for the final round. Don't go away.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
We are back, and it is time for the countdown round, so put your hands on your buzzers. The questions are worth 30 points. We'll put 3 minutes on the clock. Here's the first question. Good luck to both teams. If I say operetta, you're ready on the buzzer with what 19th century English duo who created the Mikado? Hidehiro.
Gilbert and Sullivan.
Correct. Which of the 5 senses is affected by astigmatism? Catherine.
Sight.
Correct. Which British chemist proposed the law that bears his name that the volume of a gas is inversely proportional to its pressure at constant temperature? Robert Boyle. In northern China, it was called the Righteous Harmony Society movement. What did Europeans call this uprising against what? Yes, Miri.
Boxer Rebellion.
Right. He awakened intellectualism with his transcendentalist poems. Name this sage of Concord. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Tritium is an isotope of what element? Hidehiro.
Hydrogen.
Correct. What is the name for the Japanese art of growing dwarf trees? Yes, Sanjay.
Bonsai.
Right. What is the tallest mountain in California? Hidehiro.
Mount Whitney.
Right. The Ganges River empties into which body of water to the east of the Indian subcontinent? Sanjay.
Bay of Bengal.
Correct. In 1864, who wrote A Journey to the Center of the Earth? Hidehiro.
Jules Verne.
Correct. This aristocrat is considered one of the giants of Russian literature. Who wrote Anna Karenina? Hidehiro.
Tolstoy.
Correct. On what joint on your body would you find the patella? Catherine.
Knee.
Right. Which singer's followers are known as parrot heads? No Jimmy Buffett fans here. Which ancient storyteller is credited with the tale of the tortoise and the hare? Laura.
Aesop.
Right. Which city's pro football team is the Bengals? Sanjay.
Cincinnati.
Correct. Which country's official language is Farsi? Sanjay.
Iran.
Iran. Or Afghanistan, yes. Add 2 letters to the word famous, and you get what word that means famous? Sanjay?
Infamous.
Correct. What was the name of the political activist who advocated the end of slavery in the U.S.? Sanjay?
Abolitionist.
Correct. It is slowly expanding across Algeria, Chad, Tunisia, and Morocco. Mary?
Sahara Desert.
That is right. It's intended to force the opponent to counter prematurely, thus leaving an opening. What's the name for this thrust in fencing? Catherine?
Oh, parry.
Is not a parry. You may steal.
Repost?
It's a feint. What is the name for the dramatic device in which a character speaks a line to the audience that's not meant to be heard by the other characters? Catherine?
An aside.
Right. In November, which nation released Nobel Prize winner Aung San Suu Kyi from house arrest? Heidi Hero?
Burma.
That is, I need more.
Myanmar.
That is right. Eugene Debs ran for president in every election between 1900 and 1920, except 1916, as the nominee for what third? Yes.
Socialist.
That is right, Heidi Hero. Which Greek god had a female priestess who told the future through the oracle at Delphi? Yes.
Apollo.
That is right. And that is the end of the game. 560 to 730, Menlo wins.
Go to quizkids.tv to meet our teams, learn more about the questions on today's show, and to get tickets to see the show in person.
Menlo won the game with 730 points, which added to their previous score gives them 1,230 points. And if you add Carlmont's score of 560 to their previous score, they end up with 1,070 points. These are the scores they'll take with them into the 3rd round. We'll see if they make it to the 3rd round, and we'll see you for a game next week. Bye-bye.
The following underwriters help to make this program possible. The San Mateo Credit Union. Additional support provided by the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry and the Knights Templar.